Today let's see how to create these illustrations inside SketchUp. Yes, you heard it right. We won't be using Photoshop or Illustrator to create these illustrations. This is originally done by Azad Hossein, or Instagram you might know him as Hossein Works. This is one of his projects called Urban Toys. Since I had only these images as reference, I started modeling them in SketchUp. We will be creating 3 scenes from Azad's work. In SketchUp, I modeled the scene to its last detail, only leaving the trees and the people. You can download these models from our store using the link in the description. It's completely free. So these are the 3 base models that we will be using. I am going to use the same color palette in our reference image. I created these color swatches from Photoshop so that I can use them as textures inside SketchUp. In case if you have a doubt on how to select a color palette, you can go to colors.co, click start generator. You can use the right and left arrows to surf through the color palettes. You can also copy the color code directly and use it in Photoshop or any other software that you use. I also made some hatch patterns as textures in the same palette. You would have already downloaded them along with the SketchUp file. Now let's start with the first scene. Make sure it's in parallel projection. Use the zoom command to increase or decrease the field of view. Once you find the angle that you like, save it as a scene and rename it as view 1. Let's create a new material by clicking on this icon. Always rename the material. Don't let it be in its default name, because when you are bringing any element from another SketchUp file, that file might have material 1 too, which might lead to material clash when rendering. So it's a good practice to always rename a material. Click on this icon and load your color swatch and click OK. Now I'm creating one more new material and using the hatch texture. After applying, right click, then texture, position and scale the texture to your liking and click outside to freeze it. Similarly, you can create new materials if you want and apply materials for the whole scene. This is a cartoon pack that I made. You can download this too using the link in the description. It's free to use. It has these stylized characters and low poly tree models. Let's copy the trees and bring it inside the main SketchUp file and start populating the scene. You can scale them to create more variations if you want. After placing the trees, go back to the scene that you saved. Then go to views and turn on shadows. You can play with the shadows in the shadows panel on the right. You can decide how light or how dark you want the shadows to be, and also the direction and length using these 2 sliders. Update the scene once you're happy with how it looks. Let's bring in those character assets. These are face me components. So wherever you see from, they will always face the camera. So even though they are 2D assets, they won't be affected. After placing them in the scene, delete the unnecessary ones and go back to the scene. I change the shadow darkness to 30. Open Styles panel and go to Edit tab and uncheck all these things. Then click on this icon and uncheck dashes. We only need edges. Change the color of the edges. Now all the edges will be in blue color. You can pick any color that you want. I also turned on the profiles and made its thickness as 1 and updated the scene. Click Save as New Style and Update. I brought the model for the other 2 scenes inside this main SketchUp file itself, so that I can use the materials that we already made. I saved a second scene and started applying materials for this scene. I created new SketchUp materials for these different hatch patterns and applied them. Now I'll show you how to populate the scene with trees easily. There is a plugin in SketchUp called Random Tools. Select one group or component, in our case the trees and a face, and click on this icon. In this pop-up window, you can select number of copies, rotation, scale variation, etc. I am not rotating it and the scale variation is 0. Click OK. That's it. Using this, you can fill the scene easily. But after that, I place these characters manually. For the last scene, almost all the steps are same except for this one. There is a contour on which I want to apply a grid texture. So you might have to use V-Rays UV map or Sketch UV plugin to wrap the texture properly. Rest all is the same. And once done, you can go to File, Export and Options to choose a higher resolution. I brought all the three images into Photoshop, and you can add text like this or make them into a presentation sheet so it conveys your design across. That's it. These are the final results. See you all in the next